So hi all, welcome to the Day8 session on API testing by Testology. The agenda for today is to talk about what is Postman command line interface, how to install Postman command line interface, and how to run Postman requests through Postman command line interface. It will be basics, so don't worry. Why Postman command line interface? Basically, the UI that we have always in front of us is heavy. Any desktop application that you are running is heavy and puts load on the system. Okay. If you are running JMeter, if you are running Chrome browser, if you are running any command line tool, then command line tool will be easy and putting less load on the basically less load on the system, right? As compared to the desktop application. Okay, so basically that is why command line interface is always introduced in a very efficient manner. Okay, and basically you can find JMeter, that is a performance testing tool, that is also having a command line interface, right? And Postman now has also the command line interface, so we can utilize that and run our tests through just a single command. We don't need to open the desktop app, we don't need to install the desktop app. Just install the command line interface, get the collection, run the command and see the results. Okay, so it's as easy as it sounds. And then finally we will talk about how to handle basic authentication through Postman. If this is discussed earlier, I'm not sure, but we will just have the revision today. Okay, so that everybody here can just take the benefit from this topic. Okay, so let's get started with what is Postman command line interface. Basically, it's a tool that we can use to our Postman to run our Postman collection. So what we have done so far, we have created this practice collection. Okay, we have executed the tests on these requests, right? We have this collection ready. Okay, now basically we go to this collection. Now the manual steps that we perform, we open this Postman application on our desktop, then we wait for this collection to get loaded. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll close this Postman collection and then wait for the Postman to open again. Okay, so I'll close this window. I'll just show you some things. So if I search here first, Postman, let's see how much time it takes. Okay, so okay, let's open the Postman application. So this is my Postman desktop application. Okay, I will just open this. It takes time. It's not that much quick. And I'll show you the difference, how easy it is. So now it's taking some time to open up, right? I have to wait for it and it will put some load on my system until it is running, right? So the process related to the Postman will put some load on my system, right? And that makes my system slow. So that is one disadvantage of using not even Postman UI, but using any UI of any application. I'm not saying that Postman UI is slow, but I'm saying that all the UIs that we use, user interface, that is the desktop application, that puts some load on our machine and memory, right? So now it took at least 15 to 20 seconds to open up, right? Or at least 30 seconds, we can say. Now I will go to this practice collection. I will click on these three dots. Then I will go to run collection, right? And then I will click on the run practice collection, right? And then I will see the results here. Okay. Now my collection is already ready, right? I don't have to make any edits. So why don't I use the command line interface and just run a single command like this? I'll just show you. So this is my single command. Okay. And it shows me a very good result, like a tabular format, right? Even Postman UI doesn't gives me the tabular format result that you are able to see here. So I'll just enter this. Fine. Now you will be able to see a result like this. So we have a tabular format result, right? So how many test scripts are executed? 2. Very well, you can say, I mean, in just a single command, you are getting the matrices, right? So this matrix you are getting here. Fine. Now you see the status code is 200. Response body matches the string. The first name should contain Janet. All three tests are passing. So does it looks more interesting by just executing single command? Don't have to open the desktop application. So yes, it is interesting. Of course, commands are always good, right? And in interview also, we are asked about commands, not the desktop applications, right? So that is how the Postman CLI looks like and works like. So command line interface is the full form of CLI. You guys know that. So let's see from where you can install the Postman CLI. Okay. So basically, this is the Postman official website, right? We have this introduction here. You guys can go to this website and like go into the details of learning Postman, right? But let's talk about now Postman CLI. So using the Postman CLI, right? Postman CLI overview. The Postman CLI is a secure command line companion for Postman. It is secured and supported by Postman. The Postman CLI enables you to run collection with its collection ID or path. So we will see how to run the Postman collection through Postman CLI using the path so that you don't have to face many complexities. It's pretty easy to use the Postman CLI with the collection path. Okay. Send run results to Postman by default. This is like you need to publish your collection and such complexities are there, but we will just limit ourselves with respect to the time that we have. Okay. And supports login and logout. Login and logout is basically you need to create an account on Postman and you need to log in with a secure key, and you need to basically provide the login key there. Okay, and then you can also log out just by running single command Postman login. Okay, so I'll show you that, but we will not log in and not go into the complexities of generating key. It's easy, I can show you that also, but let's see execution first. Okay, so check API definitions against configured. So this is some complex part, let's leave it for now. That will be a separate topic. So comparing Postman CLI and Newman. So Postman CLI and Newman, these are two different tools. Okay, so CLI is basically the command line interface directly of Postman, and Newman is something you can just see here the difference. Newman is open source, supported by community contributions. So Newman was introduced at an earlier stage. That was like previously we can say a tool to run the Postman collections through command line. But later Postman CLI was also introduced. Okay, and you have some difference available here. Basically, Newman is available as a library, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with the term library. Basically, a package, okay, of code, and Postman CLI is basically a tool not available as a library. It's not available as a package. So now deciding which command line companion to use, both the Postman CLI and Newman enable you to run and test collections directly from command line. One may be a better fit than the other depending on your use case, right? So you can read these use cases, like for example, assume you already manage your own security for open source software and you want to run collections from a script. Also assume you want the visibility to into any software you build into CI/CD pipeline. Newman, like you manage your security and you don't have much security concerns, you can run it through the basically Jenkins and some CI/CD pipeline. You can integrate Newman there, right? And basically, if you are concerned about the security of your collection, you just want to keep your the Postman collection on your machine, the APIs that you can only access through your machine, then just use the Postman CLI. Okay, so more secure, they are saying that they are, the Postman official website is saying, right? So more secure way is Postman CLI. Okay, now installing the Postman CLI. Uh, so you can download and install Postman CLI manually or programmatically. Okay, with just a single command. If you are using Windows then it's a single command. If you are using Linux, then also it's a single command. So let's look at the Windows installation, because I am having a Windows machine. I like you have these commands for you. So let me share this link with you guys. Okay. So that parallelly, if you guys are doing that, you can try it out. Just check this page. Okay. And you guys can get the page link from the chat window and try it in parallel with me. So I have already actually installed. What you need to do, you need to copy this command completely. The Windows users, I'm saying, for Mac users also, they just need to copy these commands. Okay. So Mac Intel and Mac Apple chip, okay, Linux, just a single command will install the Postman CLI in your machine. Okay. So now I have copied this command completely. Fine. I need to go to my start search. Okay. I will just say CMD, that is command prompt. Open it in a administrator mode. Okay. So run as a administrator. I'll open this. It will give me a prompt that am I sure to open it in a administrator mode? I'll say yes. Fine. I'm ready. Now I'll just paste the command here. Okay. I have not done anything else. I have just pasted the command here. And when I press enter, then it will get installed, nothing else. Okay. So you guys can try it out on your machine. Actually, I have already installed it. So I don't think so that I should execute this command again. So just execute this command, nothing else. It starts from the PowerShell.exe. So basically this command will be executed with the help of PowerShell.exe. Okay. So as it is, you guys can just execute this command. And after executing this command, we need to check the installation was successful or not. Okay. So I will say Postman -v. Okay. So it will show me the version of Postman. So basically, if you guys have not installed the Postman CLI, then this command will not work for you. Okay. And I'm not sure, but they say that, okay, this website says that how to check the Postman CLI installation. So this is how the command execution works. Just execute this command on CMD in administrator mode. Okay. Next, Postman CLI command options. Now, basic command line options. Okay. So this is the basic command. Okay. Usually combined with collection run or API linked. So Postman is the basic keyword that you need to use. So I just shown you that Postman -v, right? So the earlier command that we pasted. So basically, I'll tell you one logic here. This is the command. Command starts from -n actually, but using which tool you are executing the command, that is mentioned at the beginning of the command. Okay. So PowerShell.exe is the tool which will help the installation of Postman CLI. So command starts from here, but the tool is mentioned at the beginning. So that is how we simply say Postman -v. Postman is the tool, that is Postman CLI is the tool, and -v is basically the command. -v means the version, version. Okay. Now there are some more commands, so you can see. Okay. So if you want to type complete command name, so if it's like you want to say Postman -version, then you need to give double hyphen. Okay. Double hyphen version. Right? This works fine for me. Okay. I got the version again. Fine. Now we have like seen the basic command. Now logging in, logging out. So I can log in. How to do that? So basically for this, you need to create an account by going to the Postman website. Okay. So Postman key. Okay. This is the page to your Postman key generation. Fine. And how to create an account on Postman. Okay. So you need to go here. I'll just tell you. Web.postman.co, I think, is the website. Okay, copy this, go here in a new tab. Okay, so I'll mention this in the chat window. Okay, if you are not registered on Postman, then you will get a registration page. Else, if you are registered, then what will happen? Basically, then um, if you are already registered, then you will get a login option, right? So, so what you need to do after you are registered on Postman, right? Basically, the website, you will see this. Let me log in here. I think I can log in at least for you. So if I say settings, I'm just trying to find a logout option. Okay, let me try it. If I say home, okay, they are not showing the logout option. Fine, fine. No worries, but this is how it looks like. I can click on workspaces. I can see my workspace once I'm logged in on the web.postman.co. I can have my workspace here. And how did I got my workspace? I'll tell you. So once you are registered on Postman website, then you can go to your Postman desktop app and click on your collection. Okay. So click on the collection and you will find a publish option. Okay. So I have already published my collection. And basically, once you are synced, okay, once you are logged in, then your like this is, I think, the sync option. Yeah, manage accounts, right? So manage accounts. You can click on this manage accounts option. Okay, manage accounts. So switch accounts or sign out. Fine. So sign out and sign in. This is the this is the icon that you need to click here. Okay, so click here, manage accounts, and you can sign in on the desktop app. So that what will happen, these collections will get synced in this website, right? So sync the collection. Now once you are registered successfully, come to this page. Okay, the Postman keys page. Okay, so this is the key generation page. Okay, this is the key generation page. I will share in the chat window. You guys can navigate to this key generation page. Okay, you can generate a key, test key. Okay. Generate API key. Okay, I'll copy this key. Now I'll also show you how to use this key. Okay, I'll go to Postman. I'll go to this new request. Okay, what is this request? I'll tell you. So what I am going to do, I am simply going to get all my collections from the Postman. Okay, the collections that are synced, those are published to the Postman cloud. Okay, so I am using the key that I have generated just now. I'll show you. So this is my key that I have generated just now. Okay, and I will delete these keys anyways. Okay, so it's fine, it's getting recorded, so I don't have any problem because I can delete them. So what will happen if I'm using the right key, then I can get the collection details, whatever collections I have published on the cloud, the Postman cloud. So these are my collections. You see, I have got in response. Okay, so these are the collections. You see, practice collection. This is the collection ID, right? So I can like access these collections using these IDs also. Okay, but for now we will limit ourselves to having the local collection execution, right? I'm just showing you the possibility. In the later sessions, maybe I can show you how to access the remote collection basically using the ID. Okay, so now this was the key generation part. Okay, so we have seen generating the Postman API key, right? And we have successfully generated the key. If I don't provide this API key here, what happens? Basically, the response will not come from the server and it will give 401 unauthorized response. Okay. So now talking about the like collection execution now, right? We have seen like logging in. So you can log in through the CLI with the API key. Okay. So I can run this command, but let's not go into login logout thing because we just want to execute it. Okay. So now running collections. Okay. So running collection is like having some more commands. Basically the command that we are going to use is the thing that we have performed till now. We will run a collection and a specific request, that is get user. Okay. Very simple request. You guys can also perform. We have created this reqres.in API slash user slash 2, right? So this is a test API. Okay. And don't expect much from it. It's like it's giving you a correct response when you hit this API. I have just sent the request and you see a record is returned. Okay. And this record is consistent, the response that you are getting from this API. So basically this API is the reqres website API. I'm getting this from here. Oh, their website is down. Oh, fine. No worries. Their website is down, but the backend is responding. No worries. So at least you can just take this call from the chat window and try it out. So I'll just say https:// and it's a get call. Okay, get API. And you guys can try it out. And it's simple. The tests I have written, those are the tests we have discussed in the previous session, and I have explained, I think, in the session number 6. Okay, so authorization is nothing. We have not done any authorization here. Body is empty because it's a get API, and always get API will have no body. Okay, it's a simple API call. When we send the request, we get the response. Okay, so same thing we will do. Let's read out the commands. Okay, so the command is, basic command is Postman collection run. Okay. Now which collection you want to run, you need to give the path. Okay. Now how to get this path? So my collection file.json. How you will get the JSON file of your collection? Simply export the collection. Okay. Go to Postman desktop application, click on practice collection. It's just a one-time activity, so don't worry. You must be thinking that we are using command line interface still. We have to do many things from the UI. So it's just one-time activity. Once your collection is ready, you just export it. Click on the 3 dots, click on the export button. Fine. And don't do anything else. Just click on export option. Fine. When you click on the export option, it will give you the path. Okay. Here I'm just storing in this folder. Okay. So I will give it a good name. So I'll just say practice collection demo practice collection. Fine. And it will be a .json file. Okay. So you can give it the extension or leave it. Don't give any extension if the extension was not given by default. So I have stored it in this path. Okay, let me go to that path. Okay, so I just created this collection, right? Demo underscore practice underscore collection. So I'll just give it a .json extension because this is a .json file. So I think while exporting it only, we must have given the .json extension. Okay, so now it is ready. I'll just copy the name. Fine. I will go to my command line. Okay. Now what command? Postman collection run. Okay. Let's see the further command. Postman collection run, then the path. Okay. So what I'll do, I will already navigate to that path. So let me just edit this command cd and get that path. So I'll get this path and I'll just say paste here. So I have pasted it cd and change the path. Fine. I'll just get the collection name again. Fine, collection. Now I'll type the command postman. Paste the collection name dot json. Fine. Guys, it's a good practice to give a file name a separator that is underscore, and if there are any other special characters, then you should quote the file name. So double quotes the file name. Okay, now you must be thinking that why this path is changed. Basically, this file that I'm going to access is present on this path, till this path. Okay, you see, testing August 2022 batch. So basically, this is our previous batch of API testing. So don't worry, that is just a folder name. And Postman collection run demo practice collection. This is my file name. If I execute this command as it is, then something will happen. That is, the complete collection will get executed. Let me show you. So the complete collection will get executed and it will be a mess. Okay, you see, the collection completely is getting executed now. Okay, so there are many requests and many failures, right? A lot of things have happened, and it's like I can't explain you every request here, but let's just execute one request. Okay, so the one request that I want to execute, how can I do that? So there are some more options that you can just append after the file name. So what are those options? We don't want to use this. Bail is basically to stop the test execution, the failure whenever it happens. Okay. Sorry for the zoom in. Yeah. So basically, I want to use this option, which will allow me to add the request name. Okay. So I have this -I option. Okay. So I'll just say here -I. Okay. So I'm using the options. So take this link, which I'm on right now, the page. I'm sharing the page link in the chat window. You can navigate to this page and check the other options. Fine. -I, and it's saying here, okay, -I runs only the specified folder or the request name from the collection. If there are duplicate names, the Postman CLI runs the folder or request that appears first. Okay, so we don't have any confusion there. I'll go to my Postman collection. What is the request name? Get space user. Okay, so you see there is a space. So what I'll do, I'll just type -I. Okay, and I'll give double quotes. Okay, so double quotes, get user. Okay, that is correct. Get user. Okay, so what will happen? This get API call will happen and the tests which are written will get executed. Okay, so now one request for that we have added -I. Okay, let's execute this. So my request is successfully executed. The assertions, the tests which I have added, those are also executed. You can see 3 green check marks. The status code is 200. Response body matches string. The first name is Janet. Okay. So this is how the command line interface works. Okay. I hope you guys have got a good idea how to install the CLI, that is command line interface of Postman. And you guys are now enabled to simply play around the Postman CLI. Okay, so thank you guys for being like joining the session, and let's have some Q&A, then we will continue with the further agenda. Okay.